want to do that again anytime soon.
I'm oddly getting a little creeped out myself over here.
Oh my god. Hey, Marlboro. Yeah.
So we're not doing the hi or hello from OutGhosted or anything?
No.
The Marlboro Psychiatric Hospital opened up in 1931 and was closed down in 1998. From the time it was opened until 1960, any of the residents that passed there were buried in a small cemetery located directly across the street.
And back then, there was a stigma attached to the mentally ill. Families who were related to these residents often didn't want to claim their bodies or pick them up. So we're going to take you back now to the final resting place of these lost and forgotten souls.
They really didn't want anybody to find this place, did they?
No. Well, it is a very tight road.
Yeah.
Hard to find. Should be just around this bend here. Oh yeah, it's
I think we found it.
Oh my god, look at that. I gotta get out. Look at all these souls. Oh my gosh. Wow. There should be about a little over 900 of them. Look how small they are. 911. Look at that. Each one of these, they don't even have a name. They're tiny. Some of them are made of metal or stone. There is a pavilion here where in the 90s, the early 90s, all the numbers were listed and the names were put with them so that you can find who you're looking for. But this is so sad. They're so small. And I hate to say it, honestly, but I know they did the best they could. But I just feel that they're being treated the same way in death that they had been in life. What was the year that I think you said that the names were finally inscribed here?
I believe 1991. After all these years of having all these unmarked graves, well, unmarked. They're basically just numbers. They went through the archives a couple years before the place closed. So in 1991, they went to the archives and they matched up the stones to the people. There is I remember the Bible passage that goes all the way around, the prayer reading, "The souls of the righteous are in the hand of God, and there shall no torment touch them. For God proved them and found them worthy for himself." And if you notice on the dates here, where they start from here and here, we're going from basically April 1931 to April 1960. So for 29 years, everybody who passed for one way or another in the psychiatric ward was laid to rest here.
When the psychiatric hospital opened in 1931, J.B. Gordon was the medical director, and there were a lot of things that were overlooked in that place. Back in 1985, there was a senator, Richard Cody. He wanted to do some investigating on psychiatric hospitals and their conditions in general. And one of the things that were intolerable were that they didn't really screen workers before they were hired. They had murderers on staff, rapists, and he had actually put together their social security numbers. He had gotten a rapist and an armed robber, went to the city and got a fake ID, went to the hospital and applied. He was even told there when he arrived that basically we don't bother to check the fingerprints, and there was not much that he had to really wait for, no background check, just a physical. He was hired on the spot. What he had planned initially was to just uncover the employment mishap, but he was in for a lot more than he had bargained for. And immediately upon arriving there, it was just this eerie feeling of feeling like a prisoner. He was working in the cottages that were outside. He said they were treated worse than prisoners. Their clothes were ratty. The only activity that they really were allowed or had was to move from the bedside to this main room where furniture was rotted. It was like a barren, empty room with one TV. They wouldn't even be attended to until either lunch or dinner came around. Once he got to know some of the staff, they gave up some of their secrets by pretty much admitting to him that they were jealous of him of having the night shift, because that was a good time to rape patients and have their way with them. It was a very sad situation for these patients, and suicide was an extremely high rate. And now you can imagine as to why. There were a lot of escaped patients as well. In 1984, it was reported that they had 151 incidents alone of patients just being able to walk right off the premises. So the local townspeople were just fed up. So we're just going to take a walk through here, see if we can find anything, a connection to something.
Let's get going. I'll check it here.
Once you actually step out in here, now it's weird. I've never seen a cemetery. I mean, I'm sure they exist, but I've never seen a cemetery with these small, generic headstones.
What I've noticed, like this side has the thicker stone, and if you look down far over there, that's some type of metal. You could see the rust on the headstones back there.
I'm seeing the way the numbers run here. Okay, 390. Oh, they seem to run this way.
Oh, they're going down.
Yeah, they're not running in
okay.
aisles. They're running actually in columns.
Okay.
That's a very bizarre way to do this. And apparently there is, 924 in here?
Yeah, did we get the last number on the...
Yes, it was 924 on the plaque.
Wow. Okay. see what we can find in this direction. Yeah, it's just hard to single any one out in particular. They all look the same. I mean, it's almost to the point like, hey, you want to just pick a number out of a hat here?
Yeah, there just seems to be different levels of broken. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, these feel like they're iron.
Yeah.
Yeah, that says 720. Okay, so from 726 on, remind to check the plaque on what year it was, but they seem to change from stone heads to metal.
Oh, hey, I found something interesting over here.
What do you got?
Yeah, well, this actually looks like someone has been here recently.
Huh.
Isn't that cute?
And I don't know what that little flower thing is, but it obviously has a solar thing in it.
Yeah, it was probably like
Maybe
moved around, or oh, it's so cute.
Maybe it lights up at night, or
yeah, maybe to give them some light. We'll have to see later.
yeah, we'll shine a
We
flashlight.
should do I want to do an EVP on this one for sure.
Well, yeah, we'll see the name and.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's another one.
Oh yeah. Wow.
That's so weird. It's the same.
Yeah. What is it? A frog or a bee? Oh, look, they still have the light.
And the solar thing. Yeah.
Yeah, these are.
Oh wait. I wonder if they're.
This has to be connected. What?
815.
815.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you text that to me too?
Let me see. Hold on. The numbers here are out of order now, and they're going in a different direction.
Oh, that's confusing.
Oh.
Is it?
There's a spider.
A larva, or oh, it's a spider's nest.
Yeah, I don't want to get too close to that one.
Wow. Yeah, but I mean, maybe these two are connected somehow.
And this one is like. It's like 581.
Wow. Wait, this has a plaque right in front. None
I
of them
didn't
have
see
like
that.
that. Yeah. It's John Mulligan, 1883 to January 21st, 1950, and the number is 581.
Oh, another plaque. Loving Aunt Dorothy.
It's the same name, right?
She died on my birthday.
Wait, look, at the top it says Aunt.
Yes, Loving Aunt. So this might be the maiden name, and that's another Mulligan over there.
Right. Well, that's 379.
Okay.
So we have a connection here. Would you find something else, or what's this?
This headstone was obviously replaced. It says Mother, Dorothy Henson, 1885 to 1942.
No.
And there's no number on it, but going in order of the stones, it looks like it's 304. Obviously, this is different than pretty much every other stone here.
Yeah, there's no other.
There's 305,
one
behind
like
us
it.
is 303.
Someone felt that it needed to have a little extra TLC here.
The family may be like, no, we are putting maybe they say we are giving her a proper headstone.
Yeah, I wish.
I'm just spitballing, but it could be just because it's the only stone like this in the whole place.
Just so overwhelmingly sad. Like how many are just
Honestly, I look at the
lost
opposite
here.
way.
I mean, I know they did a good job, but
I mean, I look at the opposite way. This one looks like they were loved.
no, I know a lot of these patients were loved, and it just, I wish they had something better. I'm sure many people do. Oh wow, yeah. Look how small that is. Why is it so short? Oh my gosh, and there is not even a number on this. This is like an unknown. I know there are some that were not, at least there had to be some that weren't recorded. But the fact that there is, you know, some flowers here and a cross, someone knows who this is.
Yeah.
How
What are the
cool.
adjacent numbers on this?
All right, yeah, so the numbers that we have is 157, 156, so this has to be 155 right here. So mark that down as a number.
It also, I mean, again, just a guess. Over the years, it just may have sunk in.
That is possible.
I mean, a lot of these.
Right behind you here, it looks like a similar size.
Right, a lot of these headstones, if you see them, they're almost toppling over. They're on a slant. I mean, they're stones on dirt. So
yeah, but
over time, a lot of them, it may have sunk in.
That could be sunk in.
It is possible.
But look at this one. Does this one have a number right here? Is it? Oh yeah, it does. So this is 188 or 138. We found a few numbers that we're interested in. We're going to go check to see if they're on the board in the pavilion, and hopefully tonight we'll come back, do some EVPs, and talk to some spirits.
The first one is 774.
Now, is this the connection with the animals, the bugs?
Yes.
Okay, Lola Shorts.
Short SHORTS.
Yeah, and she died in April 19th, 1955.
815.
Oh, that's your niece's name. Lulu Page, June 20th, 1956. She passed.
Died about a year apart from each other.
Shorts and Page. Wow. Okay, those were the two?
Yes.
Well, we'll see if we can find a connection. It could just be a friend that knew both of them somehow.
Maybe. 379. This is the one for Dorothy Mulligan Brennan.
Yeah, Dorothy Brennan.
Mm-hmm.
11/21/44.
581.
581, right here.
That should be
Wait a
John
minute.
Mulligan.
Yeah.
All right.
So what do you think? We should pack it up and take a break and come back
Absolutely.
when it's dark.
Let's go regroup. Yeah, exactly. Come back when it's a little less light. If you're enjoying the show, hit that like button. And also check out our other videos for more content.
And if you're really enjoying it, please subscribe. Also hit the notification bell. And if you have any questions, leave it in the comments below.
Did you hear that?
Huh? One of the things that we are going to use tonight is the REM pod. And if anything comes up close to this area like that, it will set off. So perhaps we'll know if a spirit has come around us.
Okay, we are at grave 774, which is Lola Shorts.
And now we're just trying to reach out to Lola Shorts. Upon approaching her grave today, I see this cute little bumblebee. I think it's a bumblebee. And someone must have placed that there for you, especially. Do you like the bumblebee?
You're not the only one with a bumblebee on your headstone. What is your relationship with Lulu Page? Do you know who that is?
Is Lulu a friend of yours?
Did you and Lulu have a mutual friend?
Did you get to go outside often, Lola? They didn't really do too many activities for patients. Were you bored on a daily basis?
Then on a side note, if these are the type of headstones they put, I would hate to know what the caskets were.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they could not be
They
that.
weren't elaborate. That's
Yeah, they couldn't be very elaborate caskets. I'd like to thank you for your time. Hopefully you talk to us.
We're at the gravesite of Lulu Page, and She had passed away on June 20th, and what was the year? 55?
56.
56.
About a year before Lola, who also has the same little bug decoration.
Yeah, and actually, I'm just going to clear this off a little bit. I can't get too close because there is a spider nest right on it, but I just feel the need to take some of that grass off so it can be seen a little better.
But
I don't know. I just thought I saw something moving.
because you probably did.
So far, two of the words that I've got from Obelisk was dirty and dig.
Dirty and dig. Aside from our recorders and our REM pod, we're gonna try a little experiment here. We are using the iObelisk app. Now, what that does, it works in the way of a word generator, where it is said that a spirit can kind of manipulate the electromagnetic field and have it say a word. Let's hope it is responsive to our questions.
Okay, so other than dirty and dig, aura. That's interesting. Can you see our aura right now? Are we a certain color? Can you tell us what color you see?
Mass.
Mass.
Mass as in church, or mass as in...
Grandfather. Prayer.
Prayer.
Did you know Lola?
What should we pray for? Okay, I'm not a geek, so you must be talking about him.
Of course she's talking about me, because people love geeks.
Nerd.
100.
Huh?
100?
Like 100 as in like absolutely, totally me.
That's you, 100%.
100. Yep. Ask any millennial, they'll know. Anyway, back to the actual EVP session. Did you know Lola? Were you friends?
I know it can take some time to figure out these toys, but if you pick the right word, we might understand what message you're trying to tell us.
Threat.
Are you threatening us? Threat?
Threat.
Do you feel threatened?
Calm.
You
Calm.
feel calm.
No, it's come. She wants us to come. Like, come where? Do you need help?
Fear.
Alright, what are you afraid of? You're telling us threat and fear? Did someone hurt you in the hospital? What did he do to you? Or I can say she.
Lulu. You and Lola both have the same cute little bug on your headstone. But only assume it was from the same person who put it there. Do you know who decorated your headstone?
Can you tell us what it was like staying in the hospital? Were you scared? Were you happy?
Were you abused when you were in the hospital? Whether it be by another patient or a staff member?
Afraid.
Why were you afraid?
Were you afraid of somebody?
Frank.
His name was Frank.
Frank. Was Frank
one of the staff members or another patient? It's okay, you can talk to us.
We won't tell him.
Can.
We can tell him? Where is Frank? Can you tell us where Frank is? Was he another patient? Is he buried here in this cemetery? I'm sure there's a lot of Franks on that board.
Pierce.
Pierce.
Ball.
All right, I don't know if Frank pierced you with something small.
Bacon.
Bacon.
Little interesting tidbit that I looked up on this is this pedestal that's right in the middle of this area here. Apparently, on top of it, there used to be what was called an azimuth, which was, it looked like a sundial. And the reason why it was here is that if you find the names on the plaques, there's a corresponding number to their grave. You would actually turn the dial on here and it would point into the cemetery directly where the grave was. I just thought that was a neat little thing. Now, I don't know if it was taken away, if somebody stole it, but as you can see, nothing's on here. But you can see the holes where it was probably bolted in and kind of the round scratches on here.
And
So.
if you'll excuse me for a minute, because
There's a lot of bats.
yeah,
out
I'm hearing
tonight.
bats up above my head, and I hear them squeaking and
Squeaking and
flapping.
flapping by.
Just
Once
hoping-
again, add to the ambience.
I'm just really hoping I could catch one.
Well, if you catch it, don't give it to me.
We're at the grave of Dorothy Henson. Now, what makes this grave very interesting is the fact that it is the only one that's not these simple unmarked slabs. It has an actual headstone
With the name, Dorothy Henson. And
saying mother.
yeah.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put our KC meter right on. Right.
Hi, Dorothy. My name is Sherry, and this is Rob. And we're just here tonight to communicate with you. We mean no disrespect. We're wondering, who were your children? Can you give us some names of your children that, well, I mean, the only thing we can think of is that is something that they would put here for you. It says mother. Can you tell us the name of one of your children?
How many children did you have?
So I'm just going to hold the KT meter. If you want to come up to me, maybe it's a little bit more warm and friendly. Maybe we are. We're not holding any devices that are setting this off right now. I have a digital recorder that's not setting it off. We don't have a cell phone on us. So if you feel like you want to come near one of us, tap us on the shoulder. Do you feel at rest here? Do you feel comforted having your name on this headstone?
Can you tell us what it was like being in the psychiatric hospital?
If you didn't like it there, make this turn red. There's other colors other than green. If you come up here and touch that, it'll let us know if you like the hospital. If you didn't like it, make it turn red. Does it feel like the temperature dropped a little bit out here? I don't know. It just doesn't feel as hot and stuffy.
It does. It does. The humidity stuff gets low.
I just saw a little flash on the meter. Was that you? Looks like you turned it yellow.
Being a little flickering.
Are you playing with our toy?
It won't hurt you. Take a look at it.
Thank you for doing that if that was you. We would like to come back and talk to you again. We seem to be running out of battery, so we may lose you real soon. So if you can make this go off again one more time and let us know, do you want us to come back? Well, we hope you spoke with us tonight, and if that was you communicating, we'll check out our recorders and we'll come back and talk to you again.
Thank you for letting us talk to you.
And I just saw it blink again, so if that was you trying to say goodnight, we thank you. Bye, Dorothy. See you soon.
Good night, Dorothy.
Thank you for exploring with us today. We hope you enjoyed it or learned a few things about our local cemetery here.
Don't forget to leave a like and please hit that subscribe button. And we'll be seeing you soon.
There have been many accounts of paranormal activity at this location. Unfortunately, the spirits were not as talkative as we had hoped this evening. However, we can conclusively say that the haunted history we've learned is by far more frightening.